Welcome to FPL Clueless. This is episode 2 of my journey aiming for number 1 in FPL. Before I start, I'd like to ask you guys to join the league. The code will be on the screen right now and in the description below. In today's episode, we'll preview Game Week 2 and I'll also give a brief review of my Game Week 1 team. So on the screen right now is my Game Week 1 team, and we'll just quickly go over what happened in Game Week 1. Obviously, the standout of Game Week 1 was Mohamed Salah. He scored a hat-trick for Liverpool against Leeds, and as you can see, vice-captained Salah and decided to captain Aubameyang in the end. I just thought that Aubameyang would be a better pick because against a Fulham side, he scored in every single game that he's played against Fulham. So I thought that he would be a really good option to captain. And he did manage to score, but unfortunately he got a yellow card and he didn't get any bonus points. So that was a bit unlucky. And of course, I didn't expect Salah to score a hat-trick. He did get 2 penalties as well, which is something to consider. But he did look quite good in that game. Going through the rest of the side quickly, Kyle Walker-Peters only got 1 point, and that was a bit lucky because he did get shown a red card in the game, but VAR actually did something good and overturned the red card, which was a big relief for me because that could have made things a lot worse. Timo Werner looked pretty good as well up front. He looked dangerous, making some good runs. The rest of the Chelsea team just couldn't find those passes to him in the first game. But it is a new team and a new season for Chelsea, so I expect them to improve. And I'll be keeping Werner in my side because he does look quite good. Looking at the current state of my Game Week 1 team, there are 2 players that I do not like in my team. That is Dele Alli and Matthias Pereira. And the reason for that is Ali got subbed off at half time, of course, which was a bit disappointing for me. I thought he was looking all right. He had 1 or 2 chances in the game, just didn't manage to score. But I was quite surprised that he got subbed off at half time for whatever reason. And that is something to look at. I'm going to give him 1 more week at least and see what happens. Pereira looked pretty good as well. He's on set pieces, and he also had 1 or 2 chances. But in the second half, West Brom were very poor. I'm not even sure if they managed to threaten the Leicester goals. So that's also something to keep an eye on. And again, I'll be giving Pereira 1 more week. Going into Game Week 2, I think that I need a bit of luck. So what I'm going to look to do is probably go out and try find a 4-leaf clover. I'll probably buy a rabbit's foot as well and just make sure that luck is with me. Most of my team are playing against each other, which isn't the worst thing. I mean, there could be high scoring games, there could be 0-0s, which means a lot of clean sheets. So it's not ideal to have a team playing against each other, but I am optimistic that the game week can go well. Last season, the game weeks that I thought would be the worst for me turned out to be quite good game weeks. So sometimes there can be a few surprises in FPL, and I'm aware of that. So I'm not too worried. I'm not going to make any substitutions this week simply because I'm looking for more information, and there's 4 teams that haven't played. 2 of those teams being both Manchester clubs who are very attacking and they have some quality players that can be good for FPL. So I'll be keeping an eye on them. I'm hoping that those players such as Kevin De Bruyne and Bruno Fernandes don't hurt me too much this week. But the 2 players that I'll be keeping a close eye on are Dele Alli and Matthias Pereira. If they don't perform so well this week, then I think they'll be gone from my FPL side in game week 3. I might make 3 substitutions for game week 3 and take a 4-point hit, depending on how things go and depending on what funds I need to bring players in. The players that I am looking at this game week are Anthony Martial, Bruno Fernandes, and Kevin De Bruyne. Those are the main players that I would be interested in bringing in. But again, it depends on how my team performs for game week 2. Other players that I would consider keeping an eye on at this early stage is Mohamed Salah. If you don't own him, he could be quite a good player to own. And Callum Wilson from Newcastle looked quite good in his first game week. So those are players that I would keep a close eye on. But obviously, I already own Mohamed Salah, so I don't have to worry too much about him. I know a lot of people might be transferring him out though this week. So those are my final plans for game week 2. Good luck to everyone in game week 2. Don't forget to leave a comment, and I'll see you guys next week.